This is the VAR Room on Westman Studios. My name is Alikem, and I have the guys here with me in the studio. We want to talk a bit of tactics. Manchester City huffed and puffed at the Etihad. Eventually, they had to succumb to Mohammed Kudus' Tottenham by 2-0. Elsewhere in London, West Ham, I don't know how they did it. They scored first, but then Chelsea managed to beat them by 5-1. I have Kwabna. I have Nana Kwame. Hey. Guys, what's up?
High five.
Hey. Nah, hey. Why the hey, five?
High five. Hey, Chelsea, there you for the Warrior.
Hey.
We'll talk tactics. We want to understand. We want to understand what the two coaches brought to the table as far as tactics is concerned. So I'll start with Kwabna first. Kwabna, right from the warm-up, as far as the game was concerned, then the news broke that Cole Palmer likely was out of the game. Then in came Estevão. From your own perspective, how do you think Maresca handled the game tactically to play it in a way that for the first time in the absence of Cole Palmer, Chelsea were absolutely flamboyant?
Well done to Maresca. That should tell you the team is not a Cole Palmer team.
It's not a Cole Palmer.
It's not a Cole Palmer team. It's an all-round team that the players are playing so well. Without Cole Palmer, you see the players, some of them proving to be very good. And it was brilliant from Chelsea because especially when you are missing your star player like Cole Palmer in this landing derby, and they brought in Estevão. Estevão, brilliant. Like, that was so brilliant for him from that game. And the way the players were able to take it, and they didn't make the pressure get into them. They didn't get them so worried that we are missing Cole Palmer, so we can't play. But from the game, you could see clearly that Chelsea had a system. And the system, whether Cole Palmer was in it or not, they still played to the system. Can I go to the tactics of the game?
We'll come to that.
Okay.
Your initial snap thoughts, Nana Kwame.
So
were you impressed with the lineup
of both teams?
Let's do with Chelsea first. Were you impressed with Maresca's lineup by virtue of the fact that Cole Palmer had to sit out?
Oh yeah, because I'm sure he didn't plan on. It was an unforced situation. Cole Palmer getting injured. He is one of the most durable players in the league, if I may put it that way. Hardly gets injured. So when it happened, I'm sure everybody was like, oh my goodness, now what is going to happen? Who is going to slot in into the number 10 role? But then the 18-year-old Brazilian one that did very well. Oh, now in Brazil, now in Bobo.
Oh, now
mention them.
I'll get you one, don't worry.
Oh.
Producer say Anthony.
Producer no say Anthony. Oh, when Anthony ne on Brazil new. He's a naturalized Venezuelan. He's a Venezuelan immigrant who entered Brazil. On Brazil ni ya paucho. As a Seleção fan, we will not agree.
Into on crab Brazilian passport.
And if Ancelotti selects him into that Seleção team, I no go agree that. But let's digress.
Anyways, come back to
very good display. In fact, when I saw the two top, I was like, it was quite strange because was it going to be a two top or was it going to be Joao Pedro on the left and then the lamp in the middle? Yeah. But then in game, we saw that both of them interchanging positions and all of that. And Joao Pedro, brilliant performance from him. Brilliant from the name people hardly mention. Pedro Neto. Very good performance since the Club World Championship began. And he has continued building up strength to strength. He's shown how much of a good player he was at Wolves. The only thing that kept him from realizing that potential was injuries. And from a Chelsea perspective, hopefully he stays injury-free.
Kwabna, West Ham have started this season rather very poorly. They lost the first game and they lost again to Chelsea. Looking at what Graham Potter is doing with this West Ham team, I don't know where you sit. I don't know what you think. Potentially, do you see him as the first casualty?
Nabila, Charlie, shout out to you. You were the one who said Graham Potter will be the first manager to be sacked. I agree with you now. Amorim, Magic up wins. Graham Potter, hey Charlie, hey. Sometimes I sit down and ask myself, what did Chelsea see in Graham Potter and they went for him? Because even at Brighton, he wasn't even doing well. He was getting some points, some games he was winning that weren't really convincing. And Chelsea, you are starting a project. You say you wanted Graham Potter. So when they sacked him, I was like, they are not coming back to their senses. And West Ham, you two, you want to stay in the league. You want Graham Potter. Maybe they want to try championship.
So how long do you see him surviving?
Oh, I'm sure maybe their next game, if he doesn't perform very well, let me take maybe the next 2 games. If he doesn't perform very well, I'm sure he will leave. Because when you check the stats of the number of games he has played and compare it to Lopetegui, who was with the team, he has had the lowest number of points.
Yeah.
When you compare it. So that should even tell you he's not even doing so well with West Ham. So there's a lot of pressure on him, which I'm sure the managers will wait to see if he will do well in the 3rd and 4th game. If he doesn't, I'm sure they'll just sack him.
Again, talk to me about the mentality of this Chelsea team. Look, they had to go down. Paqueta, that strike was brilliant. Out of nowhere, Chelsea were a go down. Chelsea already failed to score against Crystal Palace in the first game at home. So there was enormous pressure on Chelsea to get the results on the cards. Tell me about how Chelsea were able to summon their inner spirits to be able to get the job done against West Ham.
So when the first goal entered, you could see clearly that the players calmed themselves down. They weren't really in a rush. You see, mostly when players are down, that is when they'll be in the rush and try to they need the equalizer as soon as possible. But they just had to calm down to be very sure that, okay, there's no problem about it. We've considered in the first 7 minutes of the game, we can do better. And you could see clearly that the corner kicks of Chelsea, they've done a new system. They make sure Cucurella will be the one to come and stand there, and he has the ball to like any player who is at the 16-yard box of the goalkeeper, and any Chelsea player or any player that gets it just enters into the net.
Are they deploying more?
Not to cut you, but after laughing at Arsenal and laughing at Arteta,
who was laughing at it?
The whole footballing community.
No one laughed at them.
They were scoffing Arteta and comparing them to Stoke.
But
it is part of the system.
It's part of the game.
So if you can't play beautiful football and you say you scored during set pieces, no matter how you win, that one we don't care.
No, it's an art they've actually mastered.
Yes.
The first game against United, they scored from a corner.
Yeah.
Even the first go against Leeds.
From about 2 to 3 goals.
It's become something that we've come to associate with us now. So for that, I agree with Kwabena that it's part of the game.
So you can see clearly that the Chelsea players in the lineup, a lot of people thought maybe so if Cole Palmer had played, we would have seen maybe João Pedro playing as a right winger or a left winger. So he would have been playing as a left winger, then maybe Neto will be playing as a right winger. But because he didn't play, they pushed him as a number 10. Dila played as a number 9. Then Estevão played as a right winger. Then Neto as a left winger. But it got to a point they had to just interchange and other things. But they were playing so well. João Pedro giving the assist. Pedro Neto, top form, as Nana Kwame said. Because after joining the club worker, you've seen how brilliant he's playing. And also Estevão, a kid like 18 years and he's playing this good. Like that should tell you the confidence he has. And even when he's playing, he even wants the fans to cheer them up, make them know that like they are playing so well. So that was brilliant for me. And there's one thing a lot of people didn't see in that game. Tosin Adarabioyo. Tosin Adarabioyo.
What did he do?
His passes on that day were brilliant. That is what Kowal was doing. So that was why when Kowal got injured, the coach was really worried about it, because Kowal will give you some passes that will just break their lines and just get to the striking area of your opponent. But that was what Tosin was doing, giving good passes to the players in front. Moises Caicedo also doing very well. Enzo, I sat here and said that Enzo needs to back up. And against West Ham, he did so. Someone will say, you played against just West Ham, but this is not just West Ham, because you see some teams meeting the likes of Wolverhampton Wanderers, Fulham and things, they'll be struggling. They'll get penalty and miss. So if my team is playing so well against West Ham, don't.
Hence why I said in the last episode that they do not need to buy a defender. You see how he's praising Tosin today, giving defense splitting passes.
I remember you were very emphatic on that.
And speaking of defenders, I recommended Lindelof to Chelsea. In fact, I will recommend him to West Ham. They need because how are you telling me Kelman, Mavropanos, Agued, who else?
Todibo.
Todibo,
they were
Todibo, Pokra, hey! It's happening now.
No, but
I now understand. But Barcelona, come for your stone.
No, but
for
don't you get that West Ham are also to be blamed because they've lost some key players and they are not ready to replace them. The likes of Kudus, Alvarez. You sold Alvarez to Fenerbahce, and Alvarez was one of the best DMs in your side. So who is replacing Alvarez? There's no other. There's no player over there.
That brings my point. You are playing Souček as number 6 in 2025.
But Souček has always been a top player.
Or about number 6. I'm doing throwback. He's only good for heading corners. That is it.
Anyways, guys, let's cross carpets and go to Manchester. And I don't know whether it's reality check. But Pep Guardiola started the first league game firing on all cylinders. They beat Wolves by 4-0. Everyone was like, hey, Pep's Man City are back. Tijani Reinders were back. I pick here my Man City. What happened at the Etihad against us?
So, I watched that Wolves game. Fine, they scored 4 goals. But they should have considered at least 1 against Wolves. Wolves had so many chances, quite a few clear-cut chances that if it was a more clinical team, they would have buried it. Strand Larsen, Munetti, Bellegarde, these 3 are not going to punish Man City's defense. And by the way, clip this. Wolves, one of the lowest, in fact, the lowest scoring teams in the division. They will be part of them. Clip this.
You are tipping them to be relegated? Or?
No, they can be safe, but they will not score many goals.
Okay.
And it's all because they took Cunha alone got about 60% of their goals and assists. And United have taken him away. They haven't replaced him adequately. But back to City. See, I liked what Tottenham did. Like they did against PSG. Soak up the pressure. And they knew that Man City there, high line is not as crazy as Postecoglou and what's his name? Nidimpokra, they say Emery's own. But it was Kudus, Johnson, Richarlison. It reminded me of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United. What their journey, quick transition play, and even in goal kicks, you saw what happened, and they led to the second goal.
We'll come to that.
Kudus, Richarlison, just standing there like Dembele, waiting for a moment to pounce like lions.
So what did Thomas Frank do for you differently that to you got him the 3 points?
Simple. He stopped especially Rangers. He saw that Tijani Rangers is like the box crusher, more of like Enzo Fernandez at Chelsea since last season. Ghosting runs, getting in from out of nowhere. Now Ababeshe. We saw it against Wolves. So Matassa and then Palhinha were just tasked, stop him, keep track on him. And I don't think Rangers gave. I think this is one of the worst performances he's given this year.
For you?
Yes.
Anyways.
And that is saying a lot because he's been given a few stinkers in Italy with AC Milan. But
let me come to you, Kwabna, and talk to me about the approach as far as Thomas Frank's Tottenham Hotspur is concerned. And you can use the second goal as a case study. Pep is a coach primarily who loves to press. Was he beaten at his own game?
Yes, he was. And brilliance from Thomas Frank. You could see clearly in their first game, in the preview, I stood here and said, if Spurs want to win this game, there's a 1 weak point in City. That is Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And in that game against Spurs, you could see clearly that he was the weak point.
Yeah.
So the best thing Spurs had to do was that pressure him, put a lot of pressure on him, and Palhinha did it so brilliantly. And Palhinha, before he was even leaving the EPL, that is Fulham to Bayern. That was the kind of football he was playing. But unfortunately, when he went to Germany, he wasn't getting a lot of playing time. So he wanted to move back to the EPL, and he has done so well. The first game against Burnley, he did so well. And the game against City, he did brilliantly. And you could see clearly that in midfield, he stopped a lot of balls. So he didn't make Tijani Rangers get most of the balls that he wanted, like he did against Wolves. The City needs a right back. It's one
I
thing
have been saying
they have
this
to really
since
check
this.
because Rico Lewis is not playing so well. They need a right back because apart from Rico Lewis, there's no other right back for City.
Oh,
They'll use Matheus Nunes.
Matheus Nunes.
And Matheus Nunes is not a right back.
I agree.
Nunes is not a right back. We know Nunes of Wolverhampton Wanderers when he used to play as a right winger.
Even Sporting Lisbon.
That's the thing. So I'm really surprised. So there's a lot of pressure on City. They need to make sure they get their players, get players to just help them because the middle is one place. They need Rodri back. But Charlie Tijani Rangers, you remember in the first game, after the game, you came to tweet that this is highlights of the first game. You need highlights of what happened.
No, let me specify. Season 1, episode 1.
Thank you. So we want what?
Season 1, episode 2.
Thank you. So Tijani, tomorrow we'll be waiting for that online.
Otra, he didn't show up.
No, I think against Wolverhampton, he was the one who posted his highlights.
Yeah, season
so
1,
now we also want to see episode 2.
2.
Yeah, because episode in entire.
Yempe ni
Entire
cut scenes. We don't want to.
But Spurs, I beg them. The way they've started the season, they shouldn't.
They should know.
Along the line, then they'll just relax again.
No, but
we know
the season
Tottenham
is a
was
marathon.
we know
it's
them
not a
already.
sprint.
Oh no, but
Talk to me about that Spurs midfield, specifically about Pep Metasa, Rodrigo Bentancur, how they were able to stifle the Manchester City midfield because glaringly the City midfield failed to function.
you know, Sa is playing a new position under Thomas Frank.
Yes.
Sa is playing more offensively
Yes.
Yeah.
than defensively now
Because now he has a number 6.
that's the thing. Palhinha. Thank you. So that is making Sa operate so, and Bentancur too is also doing so well, moving. The only player that is being lazy, despite him scoring, is Brennan Johnson.
Hey.
Yesterday,
Oh, no
you could
dear.
see clearly that in the game, like when City are attacking, he doesn't want to defend. He's walking, track back, laziness, kakra onumu. So he's one player. They really
basically a Rashford.
like they really need to check very well. I'm sure because I remember when after the game, Thomas Frank was really talking to him.
Yeah.
He really needs to check those things. But Kudus, brilliant from him. Kudus playing so well. He didn't even get one of his best games, all right. But we saw some few things that he did, and that should tell you Kudus is a very good player. That if he says he wants to play good football, he will play good football. But always he's not being lucky under good coaches, which I believe Thomas Frank will make him become a better player.
I think an even more impressive outcome of this is the fact that Tottenham has kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, in 2 games. Yeah.
You can say Burnley, they came to play haram ball and what's all over. But at the Etihad, how many teams turn up at the Etihad and keeps a clean sheet?
Last year they did that.
Yes. Keeping out Haaland, Mamouche, Doku. And eventually they brought in, who was it? Oscar Bob. And eventually they brought in, what's his name? Doku. I mean, how many teams there are some teams that will go to Etihad and take 4, 5, 6.
Doku, they are men fanning players, no.
Oh, but hey, fellow Ghanaian, why are you?
So let me put it straight to you. Do you think we are seeing the beginning of an end for Pep Guardiola?
It's too early.
Yeah.
People who say that is that talk is too premature.
Yeah.
Come now.
Yeah, it's too early. It's too early.
So you feel Pep will bounce back?
Oh, he will bounce back. It's one of those
In
games
fact,
that like maybe he's not going to play so well, but I'm sure he will meet United. No, go on 5.
In any case, no team is going to go unbeaten. No team is going to go unbeaten.
Not Chelsea, Shia United, man, goodness 6.
That will never happen.
Okay.
So just put
That's
that's like saying a Chelsea player win the Ballon d'Or. It will never happen.
okay.
That's another topic for another day. Anyways, guys, as always, many thanks for having you guys on the show. Nana Kwame. It's always been great when I have you guys on the show. It remains to be seen if Pep is the beginning of an end or Pep will bounce back. For Chelsea, you know what they say? They say they are the best club in the world.
5
Whether
star.
you like it or
5
not.
star.
It's-
Shout out to Kim Promise. 5 star. 5 star.
5 star you're
star.
drinking.
Just for
5
the
star.
word,
5 star you're drinking.
5 star.
Hey, Mafo, 5
Guys,
star you're drinking.
as always, go to our. If I follow this people, I will not leave here. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend about VAR Room on Westman Studios. My name is Elikem. Take good care of yourselves. We'll be back.